All right, this is how to do cold outreach for beginners, a complete cold outreach guide. And we're going to go over how to get your first couple sales calls through cold outreach. Now, this is easy ways of getting clients. It works for almost any industry, and you can find people that are eager and ready to buy right now. Cool? All right. The first thing is focus effort. This is really, really easy, but it's not fun. Okay? And so it's just boring work. Sending out messages isn't that fun. So if you're willing to do the boring work, you're going to get where no one else goes because no one else is willing to do it. You got to think about digging a hole. Digging a hole is really easy. All you got to do is shovel some dirt, right? And you just do that consistently. But what a lot of people do is they think about the hole itself, like where am I actually going to start digging? And then making the hole look pretty, right? By building a website, or they plan out the hole or all this stuff, right? Rather than actually just putting in the work of digging the hole, they think about everything else outside the hole, right? And so in business, how that relates is all we got to do is actually try to get in front of people, get our message in front of them, and send out messages. We don't need to build websites. We don't need to build fancy logos. We don't need to come up with our story of our business, whatever, and create our about page. Nobody really cares, right? What they care about, or what you should actually do, is focus on actually getting sales. Cool. Now, I would recommend dedicating about 2 to 3 hours to actually doing the outreach per day. Now, you can do more than that. You can do less than that. You can do an hour a day. And you can get clients with an hour a day. I have plenty of videos where I sit here for 30 minutes and I get 5 sales calls within 30 minutes using these strategies I'm about to show you. And so you don't have to put a lot of effort in, but you actually have to do it, right? And so a lot of people, they'll say, I spent 10 hours today working on my business. But what that means is they spent 10 hours watching videos and maybe 10 minutes of actually trying to send a message, and then they got scared or whatever. They didn't actually send the message, and then they quit, right? And so that was their first day of starting their business. And that was how I was. I would send like 2 or 3 messages, and I'd be like, oh, I don't really want to do this. And then I would watch more videos on how to start a business or mindset videos on what I should be doing. And that never got me anywhere. Cool. So when I say 2 to 3 hours of focused effort, that's 2 to 3 hours of actually sending out messages, digging the hole, not thinking about the hole, not making the hole prettier, not planning out how you're going to dig the hole. It's actually just digging the hole. Cool. All right. So the right effort also matters, right? So if you're building a website, if you're creating logos, if you're trying to set up an LLC, that is a waste of time. Anything that isn't getting sales is a waste of time. The only thing that really matters in business, the only thing that helps you make more money is sales, marketing, and innovation. If you have an innovative product and you do the marketing, right, and get the product out there, those are the only 2 things that matter. Everything else is an expense, right? A website is an expense. A logo is an expense. Cool? Awesome. All right. How to find people that are willing to buy now. We want to find people that are raising their hand. What this means is that they have expressed interest in buying a service similar to yours. In any market, only about 3% of the market is ready to buy at any given time. So we need to find that 3%, and we'll be able to easily get a ton more sales calls, right? So if I'm reaching out to, let's say, a market of 10,000 people, let's just say roofing companies, we're reaching out to 10,000 roofing companies, and only 300 roofing companies are ready to buy, then why would I reach out to all 10,000 when only 300? If I could find the 300 that are ready to buy now, then if I just reach out to them, I'll get a lot more clients, a lot easier, So long term, your goal would be to create a system that gets people to raise their hand, and I have strategies on how to do that. And that's where a lot of money is raised, or a lot of money is made. If you have your own Facebook group, you have your own YouTube channel, have your own email list, you will get unlimited leads whenever you want. But we're going to, for the meantime, right, in the beginning, we're just going to leverage other people's audiences and find motivated buyers. We really want to be a student of the market, find what people are responding to. We don't want to try to sell anything before we don't actually know what people are actually interested in. So, for example, there used to be these booklets. I don't know, they might still exist. I try to look it up, but I was reading a Gary Halbert book called The Boron Letters, and he was talking about they have just magazines or booklets that will tell you how many people are within a given market and how many people have bought a specific, let's just say, book or a specific product within that given market. For example, we have a list of 45,000 people that are interested in weight loss. And recently, 10,000 people out of that 45,000 people bought a book on losing weight over 40 years old, right? And so now we know exactly what works. We know that losing weight over 40 is a hot topic for this list of people. So if I send a message or send a piece of mail to that emailing list or that mailing list of 45,000 people, a product similar to what they've already bought, they're probably going to buy it again. In the Fitness space, people that have bought one thing usually will buy 7 more things after they bought that one thing. And so really the people that have recently bought are more likely to buy again. So what if I made a book on how to lose weight over 45 years old, very, very similar, or how to lose weight at 50 years old or 30 years old, right? And so we can make a product very similar to what they already purchased, send it to the exact same market, and we will have success just like the last person did. Cool. So we want to do that. We want to find people raising their hands, saying that they're interested within a specific product or a specific service, and we can sell that specific service, that same thing, to the same audience, and we'll get the same result. All right, first we need to find out where the audience is. So we got to think about, where do they hang out? Where is their eyes at? That's the best question. Where is their attention going? So for the best platforms for this, Facebook is really easy to find people raising their hands. Instagram, you can find people raising their hands. You can find influencers similar to you and find what they're doing and kind of copy them. LinkedIn, it's easy to find people, but not find people that are interested within a specific product. So I can find 10,000 people that own a specific type of business, like roofing companies, and I can find their names and their locations and all that jazz and their emails, whatever, but I can't really find people that are ready to buy now. On YouTube, we can find what people are actually clicking on. It's actually a great source of finding what people are actually interested in and what they are willing to buy. So we're going to go through how to do each of these. Now, if you have a product, let's just say you're selling websites, and you can't find anyone selling a service similar to yours, and you can't find people responding to a message of a product similar to yours, then I would consider changing your offer either entirely, just changing to a completely different thing and fit what the market actually wants rather than trying to sell your thing. Or I'll give you some ways and strategies of being able to position yourself to see if people are actually interested in your service. The whole goal with this is really just to shine a light on where people are, what people are actually interested in, right? So I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Holes. I'm going back to the digging example, digging shovels and whatever. So if you're digging a hole, there's the movie Holes, right? And basically they were digging thousands of holes to try to find this buried treasure, right? But what if we could just ask the person that buried the treasure, where did you bury the treasure? And they say, maybe in this general area, right? And so now we know exactly where to dig our holes rather than digging throughout the entire desert, just an idea. And so if you're selling, let's say, business cards, you're in the communications business, not the business card business. You're also in the marketing business. People are handing out business cards because they're trying to make their name known. Same with a website. They're trying to make their name known. They're trying to get more sales. So you're in the sales business, not the website business. So keep that in mind, right? So let's see what people are actually responding to. First thing is Facebook. So we can find Facebook groups that call out directly to our audience. I'll give you some examples. If I can escape this, there we go. Cool. All right. So for example, I just found this group called Real Estate Agents, Investors, whatever, blah, 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 right? And it has, 66,000 members. That's insane. All right, that calls out directly to the audience. It just says real estate investors, whatever, agents, all that jazz. You can also find groups that call out specifically to the end result that you're trying to provide or somebody else is trying to provide, right? So for example, we have marketing, conversions, and leads for real estate agents. 8,000 members, pretty good. Anything over 1,000 members, we know that it's probably decent, right? So this has 8,000 members, and it's calling out directly to the end result. So marketing, conversions, and leads for the real estate agents. Cool. So if we see things like this, and 8,000 people are in here, then that means these 8,000 people are probably interested in leads and marketing, whatever, right? So that calls out directly to the end result within that audience. You might also want to find groups where the audience naturally joins, but they don't specifically call out to that audience. So for example, there might be real estate softwares. They don't say real estate agent within the software. It might be realsoft.com, right? I don't know. What's realsoft.com? And it doesn't say realtor or real estate agent, but there might be a Facebook group of realsoft.com. And a lot of real estate agents are within that group, but it doesn't specifically call out to the real estate agent themselves. Right? This group specifically says real estate. This group specifically says real estate. So we might want to think about that. We can also find influencers that sell something similar to you. All right, I'm going to give you an example. Here's Mitch Wiggins. This guy, he's really good, and he sells a product on how to get some more clients organically without having to do any cold outreach or anything, how to get clients coming to you, right? And I bought from him a while ago, and it was pretty good. And he has something here that says how I generated $12 million with organic client profits or inorganic client profits, right? So if you're selling short form content, long form content, or copywriting services, you can kind of copy his model, see what he's doing, what's working for him, and we can do the same things ourselves because we already know that it's working for him, right? So let's see his pinned post here. This is from 2022, so it's a while ago, but he shares how he made $120,000 in 30 days. We're going to scroll down and see if we have this long post here. It has 268 comments. That means people are very responsive. We know people are interested in whatever he had to offer within this. Anything over 50 comments I see as good, right? So let's see what the offer is. If you're open to learning about how I made $120,000 in cash in 30 days, then you need to do these two things. Comment the word PDF below, and I'll send you a one-page PDF, blah, 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 right? And that's one thing, not two things, but it's funny. So how he made $120,000 cash in 30 days, right? So that apparently 268 people are actually interested in that offer. So we know that that works, right? I'll give you another example. I'll show you my own personal profile. We have certain posts here. I posted this yesterday, 9 comments, not a ton. 18 comments, better. 56 comments. Okay, what is this? FaceTime outreach, 10% booking rate, 40% response rate, anyone interested. And so we have 56 comments of people that were actually interested in FaceTime outreach. So if I start pitching an offer about FaceTime outreach, people probably would be interested because they're obviously responding. Let's go to another one. All right, 25 comments, not a lot. 34 comments, better. 3 comments, no. 221 comments. Cold email system that sends 50,000 emails a month, one-time setup, no monthly fees or softwares. If you're interested, comment email below. So people are desperately interested in a cold email system that will send 50,000 emails a month with one-time setup and no recurring fees. And I'm pretty good at marketing, so what I did here was remove risk, because it costs a lot of money to run a cold email system. So if I say no recurring fees, then they're very interested in that. Anyways, all right, so we know this is how you find people. Like, we want to find an influencer. They're selling something on their Facebook profile, and they have several posts of them trying to sell something, and we want to see what people are actually responding to. And actually, people are responding to something like this, right? More examples. Here's one. Skim My Cleaning Businesses sells to cleaning businesses on how to get more cleaning jobs, right? And here we have the owner of the group, Alex. I'm going to go to his profile, and these are all of his posts within his group, right? And I just scrolled through. I'm kind of pretty far back here. This is August of 2023. But I found, hey, we recently made a brief guide for commercial cleaning companies with 10 or more contracts on how to raise their prices with their clients. 133 comments. So people are interested in raising their prices. Okay, they're interested in people paying them more money. Let's see if we have anything else here. This one has 10 comments. 1 comment. I saw some other ones that had a lot of comments. 1 comment. Here we go, 118 comments. We recently made a short training on the mindset on how to quote commercial jobs. Who wants it? So it looks like people are having trouble promoting or quoting their commercial jobs, and they also want commercial jobs. So they want high-paying commercial jobs. Interesting. So what if I just reached out with a message offering high-paying commercial jobs? Because obviously that's what they're responding to. I saw another post that he made a lot more recently. It was really good, and it had, I think, 100 comments, whatever, or a lot of comments, I don't know. But it was basically him offering leads for like $50 per lead. And so he was like, hey, if you guys want leads for $50, you can comment below. This wasn't, I don't know. It was in here somewhere, but you can look through people's posts and just see the comments. If it has a lot of comments, people are obviously responding. Or if it has a lot of likes, people are obviously interested within that thing. Cool? All right. That is about it for that. So we're going to go. Now what we want to do is we want to craft our message based on what we see is already working. So based on the best performing posts within the Scale My Cleaning businesses, we know that people want more high-paying commercial jobs. So we can say, hey, I wanted to see if you could take on some more commercial cleaning jobs in your city this month. They can pay pretty good. Are you open to chat? All right, so if I said something like that, they probably would be interested because they already expressed interest. We can also post the same type of post within that same group. So if someone posted in the group and they have 100 comments, if you posted the exact same thing within that exact same group, you probably would also get 100 comments. I did this when I started. I got a ton of clients doing that. I saw someone posting saying, hey, does anyone need help getting more appointments? I copied that post, posted it myself, and I got 50 comments myself and got my first couple clients just doing that. Now, the problem is a lot of groups, they will kick you out if they see that you're trying to promote yourself. So you have to be wary of that. So some ways that you can promote yourself in a group without having to look like it's promotion is you can say something like, does anyone else need help with marketing? Or does anyone else do marketing for their cleaning businesses? Or if you can't find any posts, let's just say about websites or promoting how to have a better website, no one's promoting that, no one's responding to anything like that, you can try it yourself by saying, does anyone else have a bad website, right? Or anyone not have a website for your cleaning business? And if you just post like that, it doesn't really sound like you're trying to sell anything. But everyone that comments saying, I don't have a website, I don't have a website, I don't have a website, you can reach out to them and say, hey, I saw that you didn't have a website. I can help you build a website. Cool. I'm a genius, bro. Listen to me. All right, Instagram. Find influencers that target the same market as you. You can try to find people that are posting similar things to you. There's people that, most people, influencers, they'll have like one short that went viral. We don't want to go based off of that. But we can reach out to people that have, let's just say, I'll show you an example, right? So I just looked up real estate investor, this guy. And I just looked up real estate investor on Instagram. This guy popped up, right? 157,000 followers. Now you can fake followers. So I don't know if all these followers are real, but we can look through the post, right? 600 likes, okay. Probably 200 likes, 70 likes, 100, okay, cool. So he probably has a consistent audience and he's doing something right? This post has 49,000 likes. Now, I wouldn't go based off this post because sometimes things just go viral for any particular reason. And so we can't really judge based on this one viral post. Now we can probably copy the viral post and do it ourselves on our own page. And we can copy several other people because if it worked for them, it'll probably work for us. That's just called catching the trend. I used to do that all the time on TikTok, and I used to want to be a TikTok influencer when I was like 18. Anyways, but we want to see, okay, what is he doing right here? So, these posts, we can't really, I guess we can find out, posts that have more likes, or 500 likes. Should I buy, I'm sorry if you can hear this, let's see. Oh, all right. Should I buy a deal with cash? I don't know. All right, so people are interested in that, maybe a little more. 23 likes, 24 likes, 165, 152, 600 likes. Single family or multifamily? Interesting, okay. And so we can kind of see what the audience is responding to. Cool. But we also want to see his bio. See if he's actually trying to sell anything within his bio. I help people build wealth with real estate. 116 rentals. All right, doesn't really give us a lot of info, but he helps people build wealth with real estate. Let's see if you want to work with me. Click this link. We'll look at his funnel. Anything in bold is probably something worth reading. So 80 cash flowing rental properties. Okay. So it looks like people want more cash flowing rental properties. So if I reach out to people and said, hey, I can help you build cash flow rental properties, would you be interested? They might be interested because this guy has 100,000 followers trying to sell that thing. Cool. All right. Awesome. Hopefully that's enough examples of how to find people. Here's one more. YouTube. We can just search the target audience. For example, we want to look up contractor marketing if we're targeting contractors. And if we look up contractor marketing, we will see all these people that sell services to contractor marketing. We want to see videos that have a lot of views. This only has 200 views, 94,000 views, 71,000 views, okay? So these are people, 19,000 views. All right, so these are pretty consistent views and a good amount of views, I guess, for this industry. And so what I do is I go to their channel. So I'm going to go to this guy's channel, Chuck Kyle. And obviously you want to look up, a search term that your audience would look up. Like, I'm a contractor, I'm looking for marketing services. So you look up contractor marketing, right? Go to videos, go to most popular videos. And this is the one we just saw. How I get customers for my construction business. And the thumbnail says, how I get my own leads without buying them. 71,000 views. Okay. People actually spent time watching this video. So they're probably interested in that. Is Angie Leads worth it? 54,000 views. How do contractors find jobs? Okay, it looks like they're pretty consistently interested in finding more jobs. Is Angie Leads worth it? All right, another home advisor, which is just Angie Leads. A warning about Angie's Leads, right? A lot of videos about Angie's Leads. If you don't know what that is, it's basically just a platform where people can buy leads. So that's pretty consistent. That works pretty well for them. All right, let's look at somebody else. So I'm learning a lot about the builder market or the construction market just by looking at these most popular videos, seeing what people respond to. Cool. Starting a successful construction company in 2024. 15 tips to win more construction bids, 2024. How to get more construction leads fast, okay? Looks like they're interested in building a successful construction company, getting more jobs, and getting them fast. Just based on these 3 videos, we can kind of understand what the prospects want, right? What this industry wants. Pretty easy. All right. Now we want to try to add all our findings into one document. This is what's called like a client avatar. We want to see, okay, this is Bob. Bob wants consistent construction contracts. He wants high paying construction contracts. He wants to know how to bid on construction contracts. Everything that we can find about our industry. You want to do all these strategies. You want to look on Facebook. You want to look on Instagram. Look on YouTube. You can also look on Reddit. You can find what people are saying on Reddit. That's a very good platform too. You can also call them directly and just ask them, hey, what do you want? That's what I did. I called 100 businesses and just asked, what do you want more of? I called pest control companies. They said they wanted more bed bug heat treatments, and they hated relying on word of mouth. So my offer became, hey, I can help you get more bed bug heat treatments without relying on word of mouth. Pretty easy. All right, cool. All right. And you want to put everything you learned about the industry into one document so we can see what they're actually responding to. All right. Now, how do we actually send the messages? This is where I see people making the biggest mistakes. It's really annoying, and I hate saying this over and over and over again, but when you're sending messages, your first instinct is to make it sound really professional. Make it sound like this. Are you a business owner? Do you want more consistent leads? Well, we can help you with that. We can help you create the highest quality website, the highest quality marketing service, whatever, right? That's your message, right? That's what a lot of people will say or send in messages. We do not want to do that. We never want to do that. A lot of people make their messages sound like an advertisement that's supposed to go inside the newspaper, and your message, but your message needs to look like it's going to a friend or a family member, right? We have to understand that these business owners, they get hundreds of messages a day. They can sniff out people that are trying to sell them something. They can sniff out scams a mile away. And so if you sound anything like a scam or anything that isn't like a friend of theirs or a family member, then they're immediately going to shut it down. They're immediately going to say, kill yourself, stop messaging me, I'm going to block you, whatever, right? So we need to make our messages look like it's a friend reaching out to a friend, right? We do not want to look professional at all. We don't want to look scammy at all. We don't want to look like an advertisement at all. Now, we can still pitch our offer within our message, and I do highly recommend you pitch your offer within the very first message, but we can do that without looking scammy. Cool? I'm going to show you an example. Someone from my group sent me this, right? And it's really annoying because I try to help you guys as much as I possibly can, but I consistently say this over and over again, and yet you guys consistently make the same mistakes, and that's why I just hate this so much. All right. Now, he had good intentions. He was following a framework that I gave him, but he just did it in the wrong way. So this is the message that he sent. Hey, I found your IG page, Jamie Bates. My name is Sam. Would you be interested in sort of a partnership? I can guarantee you 120 qualified sales appointments for your PR agency. No content, no ads, no monthly retainers. All caps. Interested in a chat? All right. He was having trouble getting a lot of booked calls. Now, if you got this message, would you respond? I wouldn't respond because it looks like a scam. And this is a cold text message, right? This isn't on Facebook. This is on Instagram where you can see their Instagram profile, their Facebook profile. This is just cold on text. It's just a string of numbers that just reached out to you. So if I see this, I automatically think this was an automated message sent out to 10,000 people. I don't care, right? And so then I reply, stop, or no, I'm not interested, or I just block the number. So that's why that message isn't working. The main reasons is because we have capital letters here. Also, it's kind of broken English a little bit. Would you be interested in sort of a partnership, right? It doesn't sound very clean. We want to actually, when you're making a message, you want to read it like 10 times. If you stutter on anything, we want to rewrite that section of the message. Cool. Interested in a chat, right? It doesn't sound very natural. So I told him to change the message, and I told him to change it to this. Hey, I want to see if you're open to a simple partnership. I can bring you 12 people who are interested in being in major publications if you can help them out. Is this something you can do? Can I call you sometime this week? Right. And he sent this out, and he said, Carson, you're a genius, bro. I booked 14 calls today. The first one is at 4 a.m. Thank you, sir. All right. Okay. And as you can see, it's very similar to the message he was already sending, but just subtle differences that make it seem a little more genuine, a little more human. Just me reaching out to you. Just a human reaching out to another human, not an ad, not some scam, And in this example, we're reaching out to PR firms, and so I say, hey, are you interested in 12 people that are interested in being in major publications? If we're reaching out to cleaning businesses, we would say, I can bring you 12 people that are interested in your cleaning services if you're open to chat. I have 12 companies, 12 warehouses that are interested in cleaning services. If we're reaching out to, let's just say, the pest control companies I know that they want more bed bug heat treatments, so I can say, hey, I can bring you 12 people that are interested in 12 bed bug heat treatments. Could you take them on? Can I call you sometime this week, maybe? Something like that, right? Very genuine. We are making it easy with this message. It's more subtle. It still gets our end result across, right? What we're actually trying to say. And so there's several other frameworks you can use, but I can't give away all my secrets. So I have dozens of frameworks that work really well, that reduce risk, make it easy for them to say yes. And so you want to apply this to whatever industry you're in. And it's really easy to get a ton of responses if we make it look very natural. So another example, hey, I want to see if you're open to a simple partnership. I can bring you a door-to-door sales teams of 3 guys. If you're interested, on average, we get about 18 solar installs per month. Can I call you sometime this week? Now, the door-to-door sales thing, my last video I made, or a couple videos ago, I talked about how to build an agency from 0 to 10K, even if you're broke. And I found that people were actually really interested in door-to-door sales teams by just doing the market research on Facebook, on YouTube, just like I showed you how to do. And I actually sent a message similar to this like 2 years ago, and I got so many replies. People were desperately interested in building a door-to-door sales team. Now, I don't know how to do it, so whatever. But people were really interested in that and I found that out because I looked at the market. I looked on Facebook and I saw people interested in the traditional methods of marketing. They don't want to hire an agency. They want the traditional door-to-door, cold calling, whatever, right? They want to do that stuff. And so if I reach out saying, hey, I can help you do the stuff that you want, then they're obviously going to respond. And so I had so many calls I couldn't even keep up when I sent a message like that. Cool. All right. Where do I actually send the messages? Again, we want to think about where the audience hangs out, where their eyes are, where their attention is. And so we would just want to put ourselves in their shoes. So let's just say I'm a contractor. I'm probably using my phone a lot to take on calls, client calls, texting people back and forth. Probably not using email too much, but maybe a little bit, right? I'm not on LinkedIn at all because why would I need to be on LinkedIn? I probably am on Facebook connecting with other contractors. I probably have an Instagram account, but I don't really use it for my contracting stuff. I just use it for personal use. And so I don't post anything about my drywall there, but I maybe follow people that have consistent posts about construction, right? I maybe look at reels about construction, So if it were me, knowing this information, we know that doing SMS, doing cold call, and doing Facebook outreach probably would work really well for reaching out to contractors. Maybe doing email outreach would work, and maybe Instagram if we can find the right audience on there, All right. Social media sending. A lot of people ask me these questions. That's why I put this in here. Do I need to make a brand new account for this? No, you do not. You can use your personal accounts. Just try to make it look more geared towards the business you're reaching out to. So we want to make the bio have an offer that relates to our audience. So if we're reaching out to solar companies, we say, hey, I have helped 100 solar companies get 1,945 installs. Or I help solar companies get 13 installs per month. They will look at your profile. They'll see if you're a real person. And if you look like a real person, they're going to respond to you. If you don't look like a real person, they're not. All right. The more content you have around your industry, the more likely they are to reply. But you don't have to have any content. Again, all you got to do is have the bio and just look like you're a legit profile. If it looks fake, like you just made it yesterday and has fake photos of some AI girl, then they're not going to respond. Cool. I've sent plenty of messages from my personal Instagram account. Nothing about business at all. And I did get plenty of responses. Now, it did work better if I had a more professional account. I created a professional account. I bought 300,000 followers. I bought verification, made it look legit. I got the double, twice as many responses, right? But it still worked with just my personal account. So I had about a 13% response rate with my personal account, about a 30% response rate with the professional account. Cool. All right. And on social media platforms, you can usually send about 50 messages per day and about 10 per hour. On LinkedIn, you can do about 30 messages per day. And if you are sending 50 messages per day and no one's responding, that means you're going to spam. So you need to check if you're going to spam by sending a message to yourself on a different account or sending it to a friend, and make sure that you're not following each other, not friends with each other, and see if it goes to the spam folder. If it does, you need to stop using that account, let it sit for a while. You can also, there's certain strategies to warm up the account so you get out of the spam folder. So yeah, just keep that in mind. All right. Some of the easiest ways of getting sales calls: automated SMS, Facebook group posting, SMS two-way calls, such as cold calling, but you send a text first, then you call them. I made a video last week or 2 weeks ago on how to do FaceTime cold calls or this cold call strategy. Voicemail drops works really well too. These have the highest response rate and give you a good amount of calls for very little effort. Now, the lowest response rate are email and LinkedIn. Not that they don't work. They actually work really well if you can actually do a lot of volume. But email, you're going to get an average of a 1 to 3% response rate, right? So if you're getting a 1 to 3% response rate, that means if I send 100 emails out, I'm going to get one person responding saying, yes, I'm interested. So we have to send like 1,000 out to make it actually worth our while, right? So, and then LinkedIn, it limits you. You can only send about 30 per day. If you could send hundreds a day, you could get a lot more responses. But we would have a lower response rate on LinkedIn, and on top of that, they make it hard to send a lot of messages. So, anyways, now if you want a system to consistently get 120 sales calls per month, and you want to use 15 untapped strategies that get me about a 20 to 40% response rate, and have it all automated so that it'll automatically send out these messages for you so you don't have to do it manually, then you can book a call directly with me below. We help you set up the automated systems. We scrape the lead lists for you. We create the outreach scripts for you. We give you all the tools that you need. And if you're not getting consistent sales calls on autopilot, then you don't pay us anything. So thank you for watching. You can book a call, again, directly with me below. If you're not interested in investing, not interested in this service, please don't book a call. I don't do calls just to answer your 20 questions. No free consulting. But you will be talking directly with me. If you're actually interested, book a call, and I'll talk to you guys soon.